So Realdania is an organization with a member-based organization which work philanthropically, and we constantly examine how the physical frame, even in planning or in concrete buildings, can somehow increase livability among the people who are there. We also deal with a lot of social challenges and social questions, just like, this about the inclusive and integrated city also touches. And a way we would start out would be to ask what is the problem that we will try to solve in a certain project or in a certain context. And to give you a few examples, which will also be our point of view when it comes to the integrated city, we will, in this question, often try to work with the meeting and work with how the people who have their everyday in a certain place, either in the house or in the neighborship to a certain house, with it can have all kind of functions. How can they both how can the frames there be as supportive as possible when you think of the target group and the people who are working there? And how can you also, if that's something that is relevant in the context, how can you facilitate through the physical means a meeting point or meeting points or neighborship? And right now we actually focus quite a lot on this neighborhood and neighborship, because our analysis, as our cities, especially the big cities, grow, they seem to make more divisions than make more communities, because it gets more and more expensive and you kind of become more and more separated from each other. So an example on a project is a place called Kofoed Skole. It's a Danish name, but it's an old institution in Denmark, not only in Copenhagen, but it has a big location in Copenhagen, where people who have a long history track of use of drugs and alcohol and homelessness, and so they are very vulnerable people, adults. And at Kofoed Skole, which is a school, a place you can be during the day, you can have all kinds of things you can do. You can do sports, you can do repair of different kind of things, you can produce artistic things or repair different technical things, or you can repair bicycles. And we have worked with this place, which has been a little bit like an institution, where you didn't have if you weren't a part of the place, any reason to go in there and have this meeting if you don't have a every day there. So a big project that we just finished with another big foundation is where you open up this institution to the neighborhood. And that meant that we had the facades to be from bricks to glass, and from meeting rooms to shops, social economic shops, where the products of the things that were actually produced in the school, or all kind of new things also, more like there was a clear signal of, here you can come and look at the things, and here you can even have your things repaired, if you want some clothes you want to be reused, then you can deliver it here. And it also involved developing a cafe where the people who have their everyday in at this school, they can also be part of making the coffee and take care of the customers there. So it was a project that had the purpose of opening up. And what is important for us doing a project like that is to have an understanding of the neighbors, and to involve the neighbors as well, because it's also, as Copenhagen has developed into a very expensive city to live in as well, it's also neighboring a quite expensive place to live, and that can, some places, not all places, but it can give a little unsecureness when we talk of people who are vulnerable, this meeting. And the way we try to work with it is to involve from the beginning when we want to make a project that opens up a school, and then also invite the surroundings to be a part of the project. And what we experience doing that is that fear can be turned into engagement and projects you do together, and it goes both ways. This ideas of how some will react in which in this and that situation. So that's for us an example of inclusiveness and how to integrate different functions and different physical spots with different people living there but very close to each other. How can you work with creating relations, which is from a social point of view important to do, because if you are vulnerable, it's quite a quick thing that happens, that you get isolated. So how can you, through the physical places and the functions you develop there, try to open up of this from this separated lives that never interact, but could have a lot of value from interacting, and not just people who are vulnerable, who has a big can have a big joy of showing themselves from some more positive perspective, all that you can do, even though you have different challenges. You can show that and you interact, but also the other way around, that people who have all kind of resources, they also can have a funnier everyday and a more meaningful everyday, having this very local neighborhood. We believe that trying to open up both with respect of the life and the functions and the considerations you have to take care of and be aware of in some very specific contexts, and a spot of privacy, but then work with the process or the physics from going from the private room into the more common and public room, and try to facilitate this in a way that just that breaks this, that we just pass each other. It's a good thing that we try to do things together, not all every day, but just nudge it so it feels natural and there is the right frame for it.